As president, it's none of my business what religious color anybody wears. In ITT, in Concord, in RCN, in Summit Oil, in the bakeries, in the bookshop, in the presses, and so we employ people purely on merit. Round pegs in round holes, period.
It is true that the presidential election was generally seen to be free, fair, and peaceful. However, there was in fact a huge array of electoral malpractices virtually in all the states of the Federation before the actual voting began.
Presumably, MKO Abiola won the 1993 presidential election, which was annulled by the then Babangida-led administration. Till date, there has never been any justification for the annulment of the arguably freest and fairest presidential election we have ever had in this country. The election that cut across region, cut across tribe, cut across race, and then it was a watershed in Nigerian democratic experience, which led to Abiola being arrested after he declared himself as the president in Lagos Island, and then his death and that of Abacha, which actually culminated into the fourth republic we have in now. However, with the benefit of insight and with the reactions of the international market, the international Nigeria in diaspora, and the effect on the Nigerian economy, it was positive. When Abiola was declared the winner, the value of Naira increased, and then the stock exchange market made a lot of gains, and Nigeria in diaspora volunteered to come back home to come and help rebuild Nigeria. So, like I said, his mandate was nationalistic in actual sense, that he defeated Tofa, even in Kano. Tofa was from Kano. His rival, Ibrahim Tofa of National Republican Convention, came from Kano, and Abiola actually won in Kano. That tells you the scope and the dynamics of that presidential election. So I think Nigeria would have been better if Abiola has been the president, without any shadow of doubt, because he was a businessman, and he has the business approach towards governance. And what Nigeria required then was to have a president that has a business approach to governance. And you can see what is happening when it comes to the economy in the United States of America. For the very first time in their history, they are having a businessman, someone that has run a private business, running their economy, running their nation. And you could see from the jobs report that US got in May that surpasses all expectations. So if Abiola had been declared the winner and he has been sworn in as the president, I can assure you that Nigeria will have been a better country than what it is now. How would he have handled corruption? This is a tough one, because we just be talking on a hypothetical basis. But one thing that is absolutely certain is that he's a chartered accountant of repute, and he's worked with an international organization before establishing his own numerous businesses. With that experience, with that expertise in accounting, I think he would have been able to put in place a mechanism that might have addressed the issue of corruption in Nigeria. You can't eliminate corruption totally. All what you just need to do is to put system in place that prevent one-ton stealing. What we have is one-ton stealing, lack of respect for due process when it comes to corruption in Nigeria. So I have the feeling that if he had been sworn in, probably with his expertise from the business, from the private sector, he could have bring about a change in how corruption is being handled in Nigeria. Don't forget that he was a philanthropist. Don't forget that Abiola did a lot of things for people, regardless of their race, regardless of their tribe. He's Nigeria minded. Let me put that. It's not even only Nigeria minded, it's Africa minded. because there are a lot of things he has done for other African countries when it comes to philanthropic activities, when it comes to investment in Africa. And he was a proudly Nigerian and an African nationalist. So I think that he could have done something with corruption. Would it have been the hope we are waiting for? Well, I can tell you till date, Nigeria is still looking forward to that hope 93. We are looking forward to a president that will emerge, that will not be a sectional president, a president that will emerge, that will break all barriers. Don't forget, in 1992, it was a Muslim ticket. Kindigbe was his running mate. He was the presidential candidate. But Nigeria never thought about religion. They never thought about race, because Abiola worked convincingly in northern states, and he's from the southwest, and the person they contested with is from the north. So we are still hoping. I can assure you that we are still hoping for a kind of a president like Chief MKO Abiola, because if you look at the political landscape, it's an hopeless situation. Let's face the reality. Now, more than 20 years of democratic experience, what have we gone to show for it? What's the direction? What is the direction of our economy? What is the direction of our politics? What is the direction of our educational sector? What is the direction of our business sector? What is the direction? I'm sure if Abiola had become the president, most of the companies that left Nigeria to go to Ghana wouldn't have gone to Ghana, because he's a private investor. I try to situate it with what Trump is doing in America. You might not like Trump rhetorics, you might not like his person, but you can't deny the gains he's making when it comes to policy. American first, making American economy to be strong, and I think that's what Abiola will have done with the economy. And some people still have this impression that there was an international conspiracy to get rid of him, because if Nigeria gets it right, every other African nation will get it right. And since then, since 1993, have we gotten it right? Have we gotten it right in terms of our politics, in terms of our economy, in terms of our social infrastructure, in terms of our basic amenities of life, in terms of education? Have we gotten it right? It's a question we need to ask ourselves. But as far as I'm concerned, if he had been declared the winner, if he had successfully run his 2-term in office, I can assure you Nigeria will have been a better place. Because one of the things you need to make leadership work, to make democracy work, is the people's confidence. When people have confidence in a particular government, when people have confidence in a particular administration, in a particular person, I tell you, it will have a positive effect on the overall psyche of the nation, and that will bring about development. Positive influence is an aura. It affects everybody. It creates confidence, and once that confidence is in place, I can assure you Nigeria will have moved mountains and will have gone beyond where we are today. So Chief MKO Abiola, of blessed memory, is actually the hope Nigeria hoped for, but that hope was dashed. But I hope moving forward, we'll have someone like that in the future that will have the interest of Nigeria at heart, that will not be part of the swamp in Abuja of the political class, but that will be a business-minded person that runs this country as a business-minded orientation.
I rely on Nigerians to keep Nigeria running efficiently, and that's what it is. You see, there will be a few foreigners who will be recommended by our people, not those who will be imposed by some foreign authorities over us. We are an independent republic under God, or aren't we?